Well, folks, I realized I had some great video and pictures of a trip we took in 2015 on our brand new ultra limited Harley. This was a trip of a lifetime for us and my first long distance ride. We had a scary ride up Pikes Peak in Colorado. So I'm going to share this with you and hopefully share the rest of the trip, which was 5,100 miles to the Pacific coast. But for now, let's head toward the mountain. Well, I've always kept a journal of our trips, and it's a good thing because you just can't remember all the times, the dates, and the places. And so I thought I would just read to you from the journal when possible. So this is from the journal that morning. We left Green River, Colorado, and finally got back to the mountains. Was beautiful and awesome. I'll have to check my pictures to remember it all. Was mostly cold. Headed for Pikes Peak. Some very interesting sections. One was so windy, went through many valleys. We traveled more than 400 miles this day just to get to Pikes Peak. And we're traveling with two other bikes, Buck's brother Arch and a couple of friends of ours, Ken and Christy. These runaway truck ramps have always fascinated me. I mean, can you imagine having to use one of these? And this is from my journal. Got near Pikes Peak about 10 miles, and already it was 5 o'clock. We decided we would still ride up to go as far as we could get, and little did we know the adventure that lay ahead. We got to the check-in point. They said we could go only so far for $4. The whole trip was $40. So cloudy up we couldn't see anyway, so we went on, satisfied to get as far as we could. Well, we got to the next check-in, and the guard motioned for us all to go on in. This was where we were supposed to turn around. And Buck said, "Are you sure? It's totally cloudy." We all said, yeah, let's go. Pikes Peak is known as the International Hill Climb or Race to the Clouds. It's been around since 1916, where cars and motorcycles come to compete from all over the world to try to maneuver these 156 harrowing turns. Well, we were here during that weekend, and although we didn't know it at the time, a motorcyclist was killed just the day before. His name was Carl Sorensen, 39 years old. He went off a cliff near Devil's Playground, and he was almost to the top. In 2014, Bobby Gooden, 54, wrecked after crossing the finish line in the gravel parking lot and was killed. This was during the race. And then in 2019, Carlin Dunn, 36, was killed on the last turn before the top, 20 yards from the finish line. This was also during the race. So in 2021, motorcycles were banned in the race. Pikes Peak is known as America's Mountain. It is 14,115 feet at the summit. And you know the song America the Beautiful? It was so inspired and written by Catherine Bates at the grandeur of this mountain. Okay, back to our story, and this is directly from my journal. Wow, it started getting colder and cloudier. We could see a lot of the curves and climbs and even switchbacks, but boy was it getting cold and more dense. We kept going on upward, got so cloudy we simply could not see, and knew the drop-offs were right there with no guardrails. Nowhere or visibility to turn around anyway. We finally came to a pull-off where there was a wall of snow. We pulled in, and Ken looked over at me, and we both said, "Let's turn around. I don't want to go another foot." I was so scared and shaking, didn't know if it was from the cold or dreading the trip back down. Buck said the trip down is worse than the trip up. Leaving, I said, I don't mind telling you, I'm scared. He said, I'm scared too. This mountain is so high with the drop-offs and curves so severe. It is the real deal. Most mountain road I had ever been on. Ken said, I'm going to be right on your tail lights. Of course, Buck was in the lead and we had no tail lights to go on. Visibility was about 30 feet. We glued our eyes to the lines on the road. Okay, back to the journal. When we did get down to the visibility better and to the checkout point, we stopped to rehook up the trailers which we had to drop. We were all exhilarated and excited and aware of the adventure we were in the middle of. Found a Mexican restaurant and I had 2 margaritas. Finally found a room in Colorado Springs because it was the big race on the mountain going on Sunday and they were all booked up. Well, the next year we went back up the mountain on our motorcycle. This time my brother and his wife were with us. So I'm going to show you some video of this ride, which was on a clear day, so you can see, and we got to see, just what these curves really looked like. I was shocked and found out we had made it almost to the top. Well, it looks like we made it almost to the top. Back there was where we made it the last time. Can't believe we made it that far and not even being able to see. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we're still crawling to the top. 52 degrees. Last time by now it was 32 degrees. We are still working our way to the top, but we're kind of on a flatter we made it. Haven't seen Billy yet.
2.6 miles up. 46.
Well, we are on our way down, and I won't be back up this mountain again. Too windy, not enough air to, can't even breathe while you're up there. I got so lightheaded, and kind of a scary mountain. curve. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we didn't see this the last time. We did not see any of this. We didn't see it. It's amazing how we went through this blind. Oh my gosh. Yep. Flat, amazing. Switchback. Yikes. Well, I couldn't leave this story without showing you some pictures from the top on the next year's ride. And we actually did go up the mountain for the third time. We took my sister to see it. This time we were in Buck's Dodge Dually, which being a huge truck was still kind of scary. And here is a satellite view of the mountain. And in my journal I said, what a way to end this day. Nothing could have topped that. No pun intended. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this story, and I hope to be back with more of this trip. And as always, to God be the glory.